you think about SUVs, what comes to mind is a very boxy unit. And the U8 is exactly that. Now I know what you're thinking. This could be like the Defender, the Chinese version of the Defender. Well, it's a lot different. But in design, yes, there are a few, very few things that come together when both these models are in play. You have these square wheeled arches, you have the nice looking bonnet up front, and yes, it's very high, and that's there for a reason. All the chrome that you see here, well, that's just to enhance that bit of oomph factor when it comes to this car. And as you can see, a lot of people around me are already taking photographs and checking this car out. But let me tell you right away, this one's not coming to India at all. It's just a showcase to show what BYD and YangWang is all about. But there are a few details that you might want to know about this car. First of all, this one weighs more than 3 tons. Yes, it does. It's massive in size and well, very capable according to what BYD says. In fact, 55 inches of water. That's how low and high it can go. That's brilliant for a car like this. But there are a few more details as well. Now, this one gets a 2-liter petrol engine. Is it a hybrid then? But BYD says that it is all electric. A petrol engine and an electric motor on all 4 tires. That screams hybrid, right? But it is not, because it is still an all-electric vehicle. What the 2-liter petrol engine does is basically become a generator so that you get a longer range. Now, what is that range? About 998 kilometers on a single charge. Yes, it screams hybrid, but it is not. But there are a few more details I want to tell you. So even if you go to the side of the car and check it out, you will understand that there are a lot that meets the eye. Now the roof that you see on top, that's the kind of the snorkels that you see on it, that helps with everything that's happening with the car. The roof, it comes off in case there is a danger, which basically is kind of a safety play by BYD. Now if you go to see, this one also gets an emergency flotation. Yes, it can float for up to 30 minutes in extreme conditions. But of course, BYD says you cannot do that. BYD tells its customers, in fact, that no, it's only for emergencies and you cannot do it. In fact, it floats and you can drive it on water as well for 3 kilometers per hour for 30 minutes. But that's it. You go a little ahead and then you check out what the kind of design is, and it all supports everything that it does. In fact, it gets a 49.05 kilowatt battery pack, and there are 4 electric motors with a total output of more than 1,180 brake horsepower. Now it also gets the DISUS intelligent body control system. This system basically reduces the risk of rollovers and minimizes occupant displacement. Basically, so lateral movement inside is a big no. And then you have the tire burst control. Now overall, this has 38 sensors, 16 cameras and 5 radars. That's how it keeps everything in check. Now if you come in closer, you'll see some of the cameras right on here. So here, right here, if you see the camera, yeah, that's one of the 16 cameras, that are on this car. So yes, you are watching, this big brother is watching everything that's going around it. But let's go and check out the inside, because that too is a little more interesting. Now, on the inside, it's all very much still tech related. You get 3 screens in different formats. This in the landscape, this in the portrait, that again in the landscape. So there's one for the driver, one for the passenger, and one in general. Now the sizes of these are varied, because you get, let me just check this because it is extremely confusing. Now, this includes the 23.6-inch instrument panel, that is this. Then you have a 12.8-inch central control, which is again a vertical stack, and that again is a 23.6 inch infotainment system. Now, and of course, there are screens for those sitting at the rear too. So let's check them out as well. This is a complete technology package, but sadly, one that will not come to India anytime soon.